Last week, I signed up for a tool called Eureka.io, and it is intended basically to be like the SEM Rush or Ahrefs of course creation and ebook writing, right? So it actually lets you do research and actually create content that you would sell on places like Udemy or Amazon. You could also do it for your own courses that you host yourself without putting it on one of those platforms, which is what I recommend. Let's dive into it. I am a fan of it. The TLDR for you guys, I know you don't want to watch super long videos like this. You might want to just know if you should buy it or not. Absolutely do the free trial. You can probably get a lot of what you're trying to accomplish, like just validate your idea. Do the free trial. There is a link down below in the description. After that, I did sign up for the year because there's a couple of other really cool features that I'm going to use a lot. It's not for everybody. If you just have one course idea you're trying to validate, you might not need it. There's a couple of issues with it that I'll talk about. But for the most part, I do recommend trying it, at least doing the free trial and validating your idea. And then you can cancel if you want or keep going. But let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm going to show you exactly what it does and how I'm using it. You can make your own decision. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and log in. So you've got a bunch of stuff over here: course research, platform research, book research, title keyword planner, the content planner, the lesson architect, and then your rapid publisher. So it basically lets you do research on your topic, and then it actually will let you create your course. You wouldn't actually host it here, but you can outline your course or your ebook. I actually prefer this for ebooks, but it can be used for either courses or ebooks. So let's start here with the course research area. This is actually probably not the coolest part of it. The coolest part is in the development. That's where the real AI and everything kind of comes in. So stick around for that, or you can jump around down below in the timestamps. All right, so first here we've got the option to type in a keyword or phrase and see if there's any interest in that. So let's do something like, let's see if Photoshop is still a thing with all the AI tools that are out there now that do image editing. So just like with regular Google search, you can do a phrase search and an exact match search or a semantic search. So if you put parentheses around it, it's going to search for that phrase, but it'll also add stuff. So this says that the opportunity score for that is okay. I would never make a course about Photoshop right now. That is just not good business. Um, but what it does, and this is my first big problem with it. Okay, it's not a, it's an example of something that isn't great, but it doesn't destroy its value. It doesn't destroy its functionality. So the problem with this is that it is going to dramatically overstate the earnings on some of these courses, especially the ones that are hosted on places like Udemy. If you were a Udemy user, you know one thing about them. They always put everything on discount. I've never paid full price for a Udemy course. I don't think I've ever paid more than $20 for a Udemy course. They always run a sale. So this one right here, this one is on Udemy. They claim that it's made $15,000. It's a 27.2 hour long course. My goodness. Um, and the price is $49. Pretty bad reviews. It's crazy for that long of a course. Um, the problem is that it is going to estimate the earnings based on the number of students and how long it was at that price. This one actually is closer to correct. But let me show you one. Let's do one where I actually know the earnings, right? So that's kind of how I really first noticed that there was a pretty decent sized problem here. Um, this course right here, great course, was made by my friend, but it claims that he made $1.6 million in earnings with 16,000 students because it's priced at 90. Nowhere near that. Nowhere even in within probably five figures max, like maybe 10. Still good, but this did not make $1.6 million. So if you're basing that off of that, It's not good. And it's been around for a long time, but it's not doing that type of money. Okay. So it is decent enough. It'll show you things like topic trends, related trends. This uses Google Trends data, which is always helpful. I use that anyway. That is a free tool, so it's not like that's an incredible value add, but just bringing it into this ecosystem is helpful, right? And then we can do an advanced search, go a little further. You can check by price. The problem that I have too is that you aren't going to be able to see things like my course data because I don't sell mine on the platforms like Skillshare or Udemy. I don't like that. They take too big of a cut. They control too much of the promotions. Not good. So only that type of public facing course is going to be in here. When most of the money, I would venture to guess that more of the money is actually made from people who are selling more high ticket courses, like in the $1,000 plus range, and they're selling them on their own website because you don't sell something like that on like a Udemy or a Skillshare for the most part. So that data is not going to be appearing here. So you could end up missing out a little bit. That being said, this is still a good idea to tell you if there's a market for it, how many students exist, how many platforms without courses. So you could actually go bring your course to those platforms. If you can see that, like, hey, this is really popular on Udemy, people are probably searching for it. You can see that that gap, right? This is, that's basically the gist of this here. And then you can filter that. You can also see related topics. Pretty cool, right? So that's the basic content research. Then you've got your platform research where you can actually see the top courses in each of the different categories for the different platforms. Just kind of an interesting place to start. Gives you a little bit of some brainstorming if you're just trying to make any type of course and you don't have anything in particular in mind. Book research. This is where I really start to get super interested. Let's do TikTok Shop because I actually do have a book coming out on TikTok Shop. I put a little space there, messed it up, and I can actually come in there and see the current books that are out on TikTok Shop. Let's try to put some parentheses around here. Actually, it doesn't let you do parentheses. Let's do TikTok affiliate. All right, TikTok tips for affiliate marketers. And click on that and see a little bit more. And actually have the book content in here, which is crazy, right? And then you can actually save book to your library. Book saved to your library. And that will come in handy later. Okay. Title keyword planner. I like this one a lot. Let's do TikTok affiliate. It's going to give us some title keyword ideas, right? So it's going to based it off of the search trends that are currently being used. This will kind of tell you like what's the current lexicon like, what are the words that people are using that would be a good fit for this, right? Okay, so that is basically the end of the title or of the planning and research part. It shows you the CPC, competition index, and then you've got the total search volume. Now let's go into the development part. This is the part that I think gets a little bit cooler. The functionality starts to get a little bit richer here. So let's do one from scratch. Let's do a book. Okay, so let's say that we're writing a book called AI Email Marketing. Or no, let's call it, let's stick with the TikTok Shop one. TikTok Shop Affiliate Profits. Okay. And then we would do I would never create a course like this from scratch. This AI tool would let you kind of do that. It would be a bad course and I would never recommend doing that. The way that I recommend using this is have your idea, outline it yourself, and use this to kind of fill in the gaps and help you beat any sort of, like brain fog if you get stuck on something, right? If you get writer's block as you're building it, this would be something that would come in handy, right? So let's just do that for now. And then let's do like introduction to TikTok Shop. Getting approved. You can actually go through here and outline your entire program, and then it actually sets you up with chapter hook, chapter thesis, supporting ideas. You could use this and really, really streamline your whole process. And every single thing that you're doing in here has a AI lesson architecture button, right? So like right here, let's go ahead and write an intro based on the title. Right? Pretty good. And then you would want to use a balance of your own stuff. The more of your own stuff you use, the better, right? Because the AI is just going to be regurgitating things that are already out there. So unless you're creating a course that is literally just intended to, piggyback on an audience that you don't really know anything about, which I don't like that at all. Taking a course or reading a book where I can tell someone did this really annoys me, and I don't want you guys to do that. I want you to use it however you want. It's your money in your life, but I would recommend using it as a supplement to your own course content creation process or book creation process, right? So once you start putting stuff in there, you start to get a doc view, which is going to give you a very detailed outline of your book. So if you were to go through here and just outline your book from scratch, you would then have this pretty sweet document that would end up becoming your book, right? And then you've got slide view. It's going to generate these into a slideshow that you could use if you wanted to do an online course. Not how I would necessarily do it, but it'd be a good start. And then really cool feature too is the sales page. It's going to actually create sales copy for your book. This is going to get better the more that you actually have inside of there, right? So you want to actually build your ebook or course in there and then do this. Don't do this first, right? Very, very neat. Next, you have this lesson architecture where you can actually create everything. It asks you the audience size. You can create book chapters, table of contents, exclude. I like this a lot. The practical versus theoretical focus. So like if it's a very just guided book where you're saying like this is go to the file and then open file and save it, then you would put it more here on practical. But if it's more of just like a theoretical book, you would put it over there, and it's going to use that in its own training as it creates your outputs. How many subsections and chapters, you can put anything you want there. Hours or pages. This one confused me because if I put 180, I just leave that one blank because I didn't understand. I'm like, is it, if it's 6 hours, do I type in hours? And it doesn't let you. So I didn't really totally understand that. But when you generate it, it's going to create this. It's going to create your outline for your course. Very, very, very cool. Okay, transform. You can actually upload your content. Like let's say you already have a course or an ebook or whatever it is. You can upload that content into here and then do all these different things. You can outline, so you can create an outline from a piece of content. Rewrite, if you wrote something and you didn't like the way it sounded. Title suggestions, summary takeaways, sequence. So if you have just like a bunch of notes, you can upload them into here and then it will take it and actually put it into a logical sequence, which is amazing. Detect and discover, identify key ideas and content overlooked concepts that should be included. So we'll actually go through and be like, hey, this was good, but you forgot to talk about blah, 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 blah. Very, very cool. The only problem is it has to be a .txt file, which is not a file that I usually use. Easy to get, but yeah, I wish it would be .docx or a PDF or something would be a lot better for me, but it doesn't matter. Brainstorm, you can come up with ideas. Ask it to do research for you, find a topic or idea, critique feedback, general Q&A. So it's basically your chat buddy for your idea. So if you're stuck and you need some inspiration, this is where you go. And finally, the rapid publisher. You can actually publish your course into here. And then, publish your course, export course map, export SCORM format. I have not done this yet. I don't create my courses like this. But you can do that and upload videos. You can build your entire course right in here. And then you can take that content, publish it wherever you want, right? So overall, Eureka, very cool. Discount code, I'm working on one. If I have one, it's down in the description. Currently, I have not found any of them, but I do see at the checkout it says add promotional code. So someone has one. I don't. I can't find one. But if you use that link, let me know in the comments. Really appreciate that. Those affiliate links help kind of fund this website, and the more money I make on those, the more videos I can make for you. So let me know if you have experience with Eureka. It actually was on sale on AppSumo a while back. The price was a little bit lower back then. They, brands do that a lot when they're trying to get off the ground running. They try to get a big flood of users with a lower lifetime price. But currently, I believe it is $159 for a year. Do try that trial because you can get so much out of it. You might not even need the paid options. If you want this other stuff like the more detailed course creation, you might want to upgrade. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.